Hello, welcome back to Bonsai Druid. Today I'm going to work on my Dawn Redwood forest. I think I've seen some buds on some of these branches and I think we ought to get to it and do it. It's a big project. This is the forest. Currently I believe this is probably the front, but that's debatable. So there's the whole forest. The biggest, thickest trunks are the two trees in the foreground, and there are two trees in the background. There should be three. I need another one to replace one that died. Like overall, I like the silhouette of this forest, even though there's only 4 trees, and I really need to get at least one other one in there. They certainly do not bear an even number of branches. The one to the rear on the right has a lot of branches, especially all down one side. The one in the front right only has, I believe, 3 branches on it. And the one on the left also has a bunch. And the one on the front and the one behind that has a little bit, but it's mostly kind of high up. So we're going to get in here, remove what needs removing, and trim certain branches to see if I can get a second flush on them. Moving a little bit closer. I'm also having to rebuild the apexes on these trees. But I also had to rebuild all the branches for most of the branches. So this is a major work in progress. If only I'd known what I know now when it comes to Dawn Redwoods, I might have been not quite as far down a ugly path with this forest. But overall, when I look at it in general, I like it. I still like it. So let's get to trimming. Okay, we're going to start with this oldest tree, the biggest one here. This lower branch has some growth in here that needs cleaning out. This knuckle here, we don't want any growth there, making that larger and more knobby than it already is. And make some choices here. Probably remove these. This one is not going to be the apex. I need it higher than that, and it's way out to the side. I want a better bud. So I'm just going to be patient, but this one's getting trimmed back as some kind of a branch, and then maybe we'll have to get wired downward to be where it needs to be, unless I see a piece of growth that's better. This one, again, bring this down just a smidge and clean up what I don't want. This growth is too extensive this far out, so I may have to actually trim this one back, because all 3 of these are extended way out. So let's start there. This one's actually directly across from that. This one's got to go. I actually like the lower one, so I'll take that one off. I'm going to take this one off so I don't get any thickening here. Let's see if I'm pointing in the right direction. It's a little better. So I'm right here on this branch. I cut this big top off. Then I have this long extended branch here. It is bifurcated. It's not red. And there's no buds, so I can't really do anything to that just now. I'm going to leave it there. And we've got this one on this side. So this one grows out from the trunk. Got a branch here at this knuckle. Probably take that one off. I might leave this other little one for the moment. This here needs to come back. It's reddened. It's bifurcated. Let's see, how close can I go? I see a bud there. This is already very thick, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it back as close as to the first bud that I see. Which I know I have one here. There's one on the underside of that. Well, I can go back this far. Right here. And this I can take off. I think the next one I'm going to come around to. This crazy one, we're going to start down low. So there's what we've got there. I'm going to branch on this side, and then a branch at almost 90-degree angles this way, but there's branches on this side coming back over onto it. So, let's see what we got. Coming down this branch, there's red. There's buds way back here. And once again, I'm going to go back as far as I can where I see buds, which looks like here for an outward facing bud. So we're going to go to there. So you don't want to cut, really? That hurt my finger. This one here does have buds at this level of branching, so I think I can take it back to there. Now I'm not going to touch these side branches because they don't have buds or redness or bifurcation, so I will leave them alone. This one's bifurcated, not really red. I don't see buds, so we're going to leave that for the moment. This one on the end, you can see how that stem has a redness to it right here. And we have buds here, here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this back because this is the central one, the one on the end. But I do want this branch to maybe thicken a smidgen more than what it is, so I'm going to go ahead and take this off right here. I don't lose my place. I'd like to get buds further back, but this is barked over, so I don't know if that'll happen. Or else this one has to go, one or the other. I'm going to say this one. That gives this branch more room. See this one here. All green, no buds anywhere along this one. So I think I might have to let this one go. Oh, there's a bud there, but is it reddish? Yeah. Back to there. Unless I see a closer bud. Don't think so. There's another branch under this branch, a little bud there. But that's almost at the end of this knob that I could actually possibly remove in the future, so I'm going to take that off of there. Move further over here. So we've got this one, which is also growing up out of this branch. I wouldn't really say that it's browned at all. So that's these bottom two branches. A lot less on them. They look good. So if you can see this here, there's like a thick branch, a sprig right at a knuckle. That's coming off. There's a branch over here I could leave. This here is just going straight up, man. I need to cut it back and then try to wire it later maybe, or stimulate some other growth to come from the end here. This is ridiculous. It's all that. It's just like over and up and then out. Excuse me, I gotta get in here. There are buds on these, so I'm going to take a chance and cut this way low. If it doesn't work, oh well, let's see again. Is there a bud down there? Well, there is a bud there, so I'll take it. I won't go quite that low. I'll go to here for now. And take this off. Okay, now we're up to this one. Right here. So this is the growth. This actually goes to the back. This one here goes to the back. This branch comes fairly straight out. This one's definitely red. Hold down. And there's buds, 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 buds. So this branch is actually going to come further back to here, I think. Yep, where did I leave off now? Yeah, I want to keep the buds close together. This is a sideways one, so we're going to go this one. Keep the inner nodes close together. Then this is a side branch, which obviously has to come back. And what do we got here? Well, of course, it's not really red. Well, not as red as this other one. It's a little bit. It is bifurcated. And it does have a bud out this far, I think. May have to let that branch... We may have to let this branch here go another week and see if it gets better. Can I get inside here yet? Okay. We're going to come around to this one here. Comes out, it's got this big long branch pretty close in and a couple on the other side, and if I can take this back close, it would be nice, closer to the size branch at the trunk that I would prefer here, this high up in this tree. So let's see what I can take it back to. Gosh, it's hard to see in here. I don't really want to keep the growth way out there. I want to bring it in closer. I pruned the tips of these earlier in the season. To try and encourage buds for back budding, but not seeing very much of it. Let me see if I can see first. Take two. Flip it to there. I cannot trim this one. There's no buds. No reddening. The end here, nothing happening there yet. Inside here, I just want to try and get an alternating set up. it would be right here. You can kind of see there's like 1, 2, 3, all on the same side. So I have one here. I can take this one off. Trying to get sure I can get that there's a little one here that can alternate to, and one here it can alternate to, and this one, and then this one it starts going out of whack. This branch here is not ready yet for any kind of trimming to it. So this one can also stay the way it is. Then we end up here. This branch is almost directly above this branch, but this branch needs to be taken back quite a bit because it should be so much smaller being up here at the top. So first I gotta clean away the stuff I definitely know is no good. And that would be this guy under here. This branch here just directly overlaps this other one, and I can take off probably this whole end. I'll just take it to here for now. This is growing straight up, but again, bad positioning for it to be an apex, so that's coming off. And this one also is very thick, so I'm going to take that one off too. So that brings me to one out here, one in here, and then we kind of have a, actually this whole thing is kind of odd. I should take that all off. Maybe we'll do that a little later in the season. I'll knob off the rest of this. And we'll take this off so it's not there, making that swelling even more. This branch here is fine. It's got one little tippy piece here to be the new extension of the branch, and I think I will leave that. I'm not going to take anything off of that. I think that's this whole one. Oh, I got this one. Oh, I might not even be able to get this one on camera. It's deep inside here. I'll come back to that one. We got this one done. We got this one almost done. That's the two front. Got this skinnier. This is the thinnest of all of the ones in this set. This is growing straight up. I got to get rid of that. If I can get things on this till it's lower a little, it'll be better. But this branch here is going to have to get... I don't even want to wire that because I don't really want it any bigger than that. Ooh, I hope it's ready. Let's see. Not really much in the way of reddening. There are buds. Even if I lose it, I'm not going to be too fussed about it. There's buds back there. There's like a little bit of reddening, but not very much. But I'm going to take my chances. Let's take this one off right here. Come back later and hopefully lower this down. This here, there's this one here faces a little wider than a right angle back towards this other tree, so that's got to get trimmed out. Let's see if I can see it. This one is really stretching over into my view. So we are looking at this right here, which is attached to this little branch here. Goes up here, and it's got one on the back side. So this has a little bit of red, and I do see buds, and I do have bifurcation. So I'm going to take this branch back. I don't really see any buds definitively up to this fork, so I'm just taking it to there. I'll leave this little one on the end. It's better than this one. Let's see if there's anything I can do with this one. It does have a bud way up here, but it's still in the way of this other branch, even if I bring it down. So I'm going to say I'm going to have to probably take this branch off if I don't see a bud on it. There's a bud there. We'll take it to there. They all want to grow. This one here, it is starting red, and it does have some bifurcation, and for how high up it is, I am going to trim it to here. This. And that leaves nothing, because that's the top of the tree. So we still have some density here. And I've cleaned this up, but I have to get to this side of this tree, especially right in here. Still way over here in the way. There. Yeah, I'm not actually seeing buds on this branch yet, so I gotta leave it. And this one down here, let's see which one's better. I don't really like that lower one swooping way down like that. Even if I raised it, this one, upper one, is still better. So take that off. We'll keep this one. Now I have to get in here. This one here is going to have to come off. It's touching everybody. No touching. So we have a little, let's see, can you see? So we've got a little start right here. We've got one little one on, or two on the alternating side, so I'll take off this one. Then I've got one here, and the second one growing out of it. It's a little more in the right direction, so let's see. Now we'll take this one. This one's growing up top. Take that off. We've got two growing out this side here. So we want 1, 2, 3. These two need removing. This one is going to have to come off too. If I'm lucky, it might bud. So that's those two. This one and this one. Now we got one left. Oh wait, there's a branch down here I forgot. Now these are kind of ladders. And this one is also kind of a bar. But I don't really have much on the inside of this tree right now. And I'm not even sure if this can be trimmed. So let's see. Or if I have to just cut it off altogether. It's pretty green. I don't see any... I don't see any buds yet. I'm going to go ahead and leave it for right now. But it may have to come off. We'll see. Now I work my way around to the final one. Which has the most leaf material on it. Let's see. Starts down here. Goes all the way up to there. Compared to the other trunks, which are way down there. So the bottommost branch of this tree has a fork. It starts here. It has a thick branch that comes off this way. Let's see if I can see it. There it is. You can see that fork right there, right off the base of the tree. It's not like quarter inch or so, way back here, and it just comes this far and then forks over this way and a heavier branch over this way, but it is the lowest branch on that tree. And they could eventually come off and then the branches would start up a little bit higher, but I'm not ready for that just yet. So what we got to do is pick a direction. I think I may have to take, as much as I love the skirting effect that this has with this double branch here, it looks like it's starting to swell more at the fork instead of closer to the trunk. So my feeling is to take off this whole side. And then this would be kind of straight-ish. Otherwise, if I wired it this way, that's still a big knobby. So for right now, I'm going to do this. And then eventually, I may take this branch all the way off. But I don't want to create that big of a wound right now at this season on this branch if I don't have to. I'll hold off a second. So, I've got, if you can see it, that little guy right there. Then this branches off much more strongly. And then this one comes out the other direction. So there's no true leader here. Well, let's see what we have. Who has buds? This one's bifurcated. Not really seeing buds though. This one over here is probably way... Yeah, this is like in the completely wrong direction. You can see how it's kind of wrapping all the way over here. Again, I'm going to trim it back to see if I can get some better back budding. But this is ridiculous, it being way over here. Except this branch has kind of a hump in it. Might be able to straighten that out with wire. This branch is coming way over from another branch, so let's inspect that branch and see if we can trim it and remove most of it out of my way. It's red. Ugh. No buds though. Bifurcated, no buds yet, so that branch may have to wait. I'm really surprised some of these ones that seem to be the most red don't have any buds on them yet. Let's see. We are looking at this branch right here right now. Now all the way under there, there's a couple little twigs up here. It's just got to be encouraged to straighten itself radial to the tree. So this one down here is going to be fine. This one right here is that side is red. I don't know if I can prune that back to there. I'll take the tips off though. At least do that. Let's see if it pushes some back buds. This here, again, red, but I'm not seeing any buds along there. And then it branches out here, here. None of those are developed enough to become secondary branches yet. Or not enough to allow me to trim them and get tertiary. But I will take the end off of this one. So far there's not much I can remove off of this, the strongest looking of the trees. This branch still has a ways to go. This one does not have any buds. The next one up is this one. This branch right here. Here's more paper. So we got this little branch toward the end. This has completely bent itself to the side. That would have to all the way come back into line over here where it belongs. This branch would have alternating here, 1, 2, but this is on the wrong side. I really need something over there. Let me see if there's anything I can trim back from this. There's a bud right there. I am taking that. Oops, where'd it go? Oh, I can see it. This looks like it does have a bud right there. I would have to take this end off, but it would be more in line with the shape of the tree. Now let's see what I could do with this one here. I got redness. I have bifurcation. I have redness. Don't see any buds. There's some there. There is some there, so I can at least go back to that. Because these branches will get so out of hand. And I'll leave that there. So that's that branch right there. And this. So then from the tip anyways, they alternate here to this side, to this side. This one is slightly ahead of this other one, so I'll take it for the time being. And until I see buds, I'm going to hold off on trimming these other branches because I want to get as much branch development as I can started back on these trunks. I'm going to do that. It's still kind of crowding some other stuff here, but I'll see if I get any other development on it. I'd like to just have it be smaller, you know. If I can get this, if I can get internodes and buds back in here, then I can keep this branch short. It can still stay on the inside a bit, but just not be so big. This is the one on the opposite side of that one. Like, there's swellings down here at the bases of these. Definitely red. It almost makes me wonder if I missed these buds and they just budded out. But can't see this. Oh, so many fronds. Get out of the way. Seems like I should be able to take this branch back. Well, the other option is to actually cut this whole branch off, but I don't really quite want to do that, even though it's a little thick up here. But maybe I will, because this is going to just get thicker. So I'm going to do that. Then this one becomes the end. Let's see. There's buds there. Yep, there's buds there. So I'm going to take this one. I have this. So now, let's see. We were down here. We've come up. We've come up to here. We did this one. I'm going to scoot this whole thing back over. We did this one. We did this one. This one needs wire to go back that way. We're up here, which right size. That's the size I'm looking for up here. This one's very heavy compared to this, which is much more what I'm wanting. But I'm getting some nice heel over. I got to put a new piece of clay to cover that up. Ugh, not seeing buds there. And there are two little nubs back here. But I hate to leave this because this is going to thicken this even worse than it already is. Just amazed that there isn't buds on there. Maybe there is and I missed them. Well, there's a little bud there. Well, there's a little bud there. Maybe there is buds here and I'm just not looking tight enough. Go ahead and go back to there. If it doesn't work, well, I tried. Actually, there's another bud there. I'll do that one. This also has buds further back. Let's see here. Forked there. I'll go ahead and trim it here. Now we've got this one. And that definitely has buds. Got another little one growing up here. No, no green yet. Not here, anyway. Up here I have some buds that I can prune back to. I'm almost tempted to take off the top of the tree because I really don't want to lose the growth that I have further down. I want that growth further down. So I'm going to take it to this little guy right here. Where's the trimmers I'm looking for? Here we are. These are what I wanted. Well, I'm going to take this top off. I also could end it right here. I'll leave some for dieback. Ta-da! So I am going to have some wiring to do. Not a lot, just for positioning. and straightening a couple of things to make them go in the direction they need to go in. But let's see what we got. So there it is now. Like I said, the tops of these trees need to be rebuilt, and the only two that are even kind of started are the smaller two. Here and here. These two, this big one and this big one, need buds to make a new apex. But it's definitely cleaned out more. I like it when it's shaggy, but we're trying to build some nice branches, so I have to put the work in and trim some stuff up, and it'll look a little ugly and naked for a while, and then it'll look better. But I do think that it is coming along, and I think I'm getting some decent branches. Again, this is the height of the lowest branch on one of the larger trees. This is the height of the lowest branch on the biggest tree, but it's also not very tall. And then back here, this one has a whole bunch of branches, and the lowest ones are considerably lower. This one up here, considerably higher, the smallest of the three, or the four. It doesn't really fit well on my turntable, so I have to just manually turn it. So see, this would be trimmed more, except I can't do it right now. I don't know if I can get in there. But this is the back side. The front. So this branch will eventually have to do something with it. Probably just take this piece off. So anyway, that's the redwood forest, trimmed up. Hopefully going to get a second flush on it, and hopefully have some permanent branching as I go into winter. And then I will also do some wiring up on it. See you again soon on Bonsai Druid. Thanks for being with me. Oh, I almost forgot to show you the Carnage can.